Hello everybody and welcome back to part 2 of the Brute Muda Triangle on Frozen Valley. And the last time I was trying to get up another base so that I could break 5,000 resources, but it's just not gonna happen. This is a little bit later in the game after that base failed, and that was another base directly below mine. I mean, I was trying this whole game so hard just to get my economy above 10,000 resources, but it just could not happen. These two, on the other hand, are just having a good old time trolling me, telling me how much money that they have and I don't. And, well, it's gonna come back to bite us in the end, so you'll see what happens. I'm once again taking that base up next to green, because, again, there's just nowhere else to take money bases at. And I don't want to go down to 3 warehouses on my main base trying to put up another summit, and things are just getting disastrous at this point. Right now they're pushing really hard with a whole bunch of grizzly tanks, whole bunch of wolverines, and a full pop of frickin' hawks. They just now cryobombed all of our vampires, so these hawks are going to be putting a lot of damage onto my scarab right there. And right now I cannot afford to lose this scarab. As you can see, I barely have above 3,000 resources, but he's going down hard. He's just now starting to fire his laser again, and it's already too late. That's Pro Mitch's engineers that are just coming a bit too late. Had they been there a bit sooner, my scarab maybe could have survived, but oh well, that's what I get for playing with him. Just kidding. Anyways, so my scarab is dead. I have to queue up my next one and just watch as my engineers die one by one also. So I have no money at this point. This is really, really bad. This is the point in the Bermuda Triangle when you usually start to lose. And this is why it's such a hard Super Turtle to do, because your opponents have every base on the map. They have all kinds of money and they can afford to spam units at you all night long. Whereas we are on these 3 bases right here, and I'm already out of money. You don't want to be losing those scarabs. Every scarab you lose is a huge hit to your economy, and as you can see, it really adds up over time, especially because I paid for Age of Doubt also. Things just aren't going very well. And I'm asking, you know, this whole time I'm asking these guys, like, hey, if you guys could get me up to like 2,000 resources again, I could put up another summit and start keeping up with engineers again. But I'm telling you, man, I'm never super turtling with either of these two ever again, by the way. Okay, I guess I don't have that many engineers queued up, but you'll see in a little bit. Okay, so a little bit later, they were taking their time in their attacks. We got a little bored. And something you can do is build up a super vortex off of your scarab. As long as there's engineers above it to heal it, you can get all of the wreckage and debris off of it that you want, and you can start spinning it around. But as soon as I start doing that, these guys come up and attack and get a first-hand look at the super vortex, which really doesn't actually do that much damage. In fact, I'm going to kill my own vampire with it because I didn't like that vampire, I guess. So all of these hawks are flying directly into my vortex, but it really doesn't even seem to be doing that much damage. I don't think the vortex does that much damage at all to these super units until you explode it, and if you have enough debris in it, it'll either kill the unit or take it down to red bar or something. So the vortex does have its uses, but should probably just be sticking to my hammer right now since I don't have any money. And there are a bunch of grizzlies here, and the stun hammer would really help with that. It would really help with the wolverines too. Whenever you see the Spartan wolverines, try to hit them with your hammer first, because they'll be doing the most damage to your engineers. And you want to keep them alive, of course. Looks like Pro Mitch's scarab is going to die. Or is it? I'm sending all of my engineers, and they are going to make it? Will they? Will Pro Mitch's scarab survive to see the end of this episode? Find out next time in this 4-minute... No, I'm just kidding. Pro Mitch's scarab is going to survive just barely. I don't know how his scarab survived and mine managed to die, but whatever. So Pro Mitch cheating death once again, and I'm going to have about 9 engineers in queue, so here it comes. It's starting all over again. When you only have one summit, these engineers take so long to build that you really need 2. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. So it looks like Green wanted to save a little bit of money on his car insurance by switching to Geico and is retreating his Wolverines to come back another day, which they are coming back right now, it looks like. And Blue is also pushing with a full pop of Wolverines, so this is what usually will kill a Triple Covenant Super Turtle, is 2 full pops of Wolverines and a full pop of Spartan Hawks. This is very dangerous to be fighting, because obviously they're going to be killing a lot of our engineers. Our engineers don't even stand a chance. They're just going to be doing their best to keep our Scarabs alive against the huge Hawk onslaught. And all we have to really fight the Hawks are our Scarabs and these vampires. And all of these Wolverines are going to be killing vampires and engineers left and right. And that's really what they're trying to do to us right now, is try to cripple our economy by making us have to replace all of these 250 resource units. I've already lost 8 engineers, and just look at my population. They're just dropping like flies, which I think that's what engineers are anyway. They're like big space beetle things. I don't know. They look like popcorn. So I don't know what they are.
Beastmaster 3, send me a message.
Once again, S-Pro Mitch's Scarab gets really close to death and manages to survive. I'm Not Very Legit's Scarab is also very close to death and is managing to survive. So they're splitting up their damage right now. Had they maybe focused on one Scarab, they could have done a little better maybe, but that's why we have our Scarabs spread out around this reactor here, so that they can't really gang... Oh crap, just dropped my mic. They can't really gang rape any one Scarab at a time, because that's how they die. You don't want one Scarab taking all of the fire at once. But I've probably mentioned that 1,000 times, and you're probably sick of hearing it. So anyways, as you can see, I lost a whole bunch of engineers, and I also lost a whole bunch of money trying to replace all of my engineers. So what's going to happen now? I have to replace all of these engineers, and I don't even have 2,000 resources. Okay, here we are in the future, and I had just got done vortexing down one of Mitch's turrets because he made me mad. And apparently as soon as they heard that explosion, they came on over here to investigate, because here come a whole bunch of Wolverines and a whole bunch of Hawks. Pretty much the exact same attack as last time, except now they are really focusing on S-Pro Mitch's Scarab there, D-bombing so that we can't drop the heal. And but all of our engineers are right by his Scarab, fortunately. And of course S-Pro Mitch's engineers are already there, so we don't have to worry about him taking too long to get his engineers there. And his Scarab's going to be just fine as it takes on the concentrated fire of 2 full pops of fully upgraded Hornets and Wolverines, just bombarding the crap out of it. But it isn't enough, and his Scarab pulls through and lasers them all down. So my Scarab and... Shit. Dropped the freaking camera again. Yeah, my Scarab and Legit Scarab, we're going to come up there and help him, but these blue Wolverines push down here and surround my Scarab, completely surround him, and now they are bombarding the crap out of him, and I'm saying, help! Somebody please help! Don't let my Scarab die! Help! And so they are going to bring all of their engineers over here, hopefully not going to take too long this time. And okay, my Scarab has the life support system attached, and he is going to be okay. However, my economy does not seem to be doing okay, as I have double-digit engineers queued up in my one summit. They are now locking down Cobras on the bottom side here. So 15 engineers are queued up. Things are not looking good at all. That means that there are 15 engineers on the field that I need to replenish. So, yeah! yeah, I'm gonna have to get up another summit as soon as possible, but before I can get another summit, I need more money. So, and remember, this whole time I was asking my teammates for money. It's not like I was being silent and, you know, just keeping to myself over here. I needed money, and they weren't giving it to me. I'm telling you, I'm never super turtling with these idiots ever again. Ever! So, here's the desperate move I make. Here, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Boom! He sells the shield for a warehouse because he needs money, and his teammates won't click him. Red signal flaring my base. Hey man, you really should sell your shield. And like, sharks smelling blood in the water. The Wolverines come directly to my base, and oh, here comes the clicks. Hey man, get your shield back up, man. Here's some money. Oh, thanks. Thanks, now that I already sold my shield, and they're gonna come volley down my only summit. Oh my god, what a disaster. These scarabs need to get all of these Wolverines out of here as soon as possible. But our engineers need to keep my base alive, because it's already half health. Oh, and there's even more bad news over at Stop fucking dropping the over at Mitch's base, who also sold his shield, probably for, well, it couldn't have been for economical reasons, because he was bragging the whole game about how much money he had, so it couldn't have been that. I don't know why he didn't have a shield, but he also decided to go for the risky no shield build, and right now his base is getting bombarded by hawks. But whatever, good. I hope he loses every building on his base. I'm getting my summit back up, and Mitch's base is just barely hanging in there. Luckily, we didn't bring all of our engineers over to my base, and we left enough behind to be able to keep him alive. And now I'm going to get that second summit up, and as soon as I get the 2 summits up, I'll be able to make engineers again, because we really, really need them, because since there's about 30 engineers, look at my population, 31, and most of those are already queued up in the summit that I just built, so there's about 30 engineers that we don't have on the field that we really need. If they were to push really hard with all of their forces all at once, they kind of split up their attack a little bit here, so we got lucky there, but had they been spamming all at the same time, they probably could have killed a base or killed a scarab, because we just didn't have a lot of engineers out at the time. So things got pretty hectic there, but fortunately I'm not very legit. Finally gave me some frickin' money, and after all those clicks he gave me, he still had over 10,000, so he told me, which is ridiculous. Come on, why did it come to this point in the first place? So it's unfortunate that happened, but that's what happens in the Frozen Valley Super Turtle. You gotta keep each other above about 5,000 resources, because when stuff like this happens, they're about to kill my other summit again, but nope, fortunately it doesn't go down, and I can continue replacing engineers. But here comes Green pushing hard on Mitch's base, who's already lost a whole ton of buildings and is not making a whole lot of money right now. I'm going to go down to 3 warehouses at last and put up my shield. So here comes Green. He was a bit too late. Orange and Blue have already been shrugged off, and Green's coming in late to the party. Looks like he's still trying to barrel on through to my base, because this guy must know how to check for shields and whatnot, because I'm telling you, as soon as I sold that shield, that guy came right in at me like an arrow being shot out through the darkness directly at my base. So good for him for snapping on the initiative and coming in there and trying to take me out. It almost worked, but luckily I finally got the clicks that I needed, and I'm double pumping engineers so we can keep Mitch's base alive while he gets all of his buildings stripped off, pretty much. He's still got some summits, but I don't think he has a temple, which you don't need a temple to build engineers, so that's not as bad. He does still have 2 summits up, so he is still making engineers. And all of these hawks are going to die. I'm Not Very Legit is trying to keep his vampires mixed in with the Hawks so that if he does cryobomb, it would kill Hawks too. And yeah, so that was a very close attack right there. Could have been very bad for me selling my shield there in an effort to make money. But like I said, it's just too bad that I had greedy teammates. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Hopefully they see this video and never ever do that again, because you saw I didn't have money. What'd they think? I was frickin' lying? I don't know. even with my 2 summits up right now, I'm still having a whole bunch of engineers queued up because they're just dropping so fast. Because that's all I'm making. I'm not making any vampires. I'm just making engineers and trying to keep my scarab alive, trying to keep their bases alive. So S-Pro Mitch's base only has 1 summit on it at this point. Ha 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 ha. But he is still able to make engineers out of it, so that's good. And it looks like, what is that he's building? Oh, that's his temple that he's building. So eventually he should be able to get more warehouses up and his shield. And since he didn't give me any clicks, he's sitting on a nice stack of money right now. So he shouldn't be too worried about anything. By the way, our scarabs are starting to get a lot of veterancy. I'm not sure if I'm Not Very Legit scarab is 3-starred yet, but if it isn't, it's got to be close. S-Pro Mitch must be pretty close to his 2nd star on his scarab, and I can't really tell if it's there or not. This preview screen is too small, and if I know how to make my preview screen larger now, but if I make it any larger, then it causes those syncing issues I was having in earlier videos, and it's just annoying. But anyways, I'm not sure if you saw the clutch cryo dodge there, but I'm not even sure what prompted us to do that. Maybe it was the fact that all the Hawks showed up all at the same time. We just knew they were going to cryo, so we dodged that, and we are able to keep the base alive for even longer. This base has just been on constant siege for a long time now of Wolverines and Hawks. So many Wolverines and Hawks just flying in to try and take this base out, but fortunately our engineer production is back up and running. I still have a lot of them queued up, but at least there's 2 of them coming out at a time now. I tell you what, it's a pretty good thing that Covenant bases don't become weaker for having less buildings on them, because here come even more Wolverines. Oh my goodness. These guys just have the spam set up, and that's probably means that they each have a base with 5 or 6 vehicle depots on it, or 5 or 6 air pads, maybe even 7. Who knows? These guys might be crazy. But it looks like Mitch is trying to get his shield up now. His summit has died, unfortunately, so things are getting pretty crazy for him right now. He's gonna have to start making brute squads from his base. Or something, I don't know. Oh, and his shield goes up, so things are looking okay now, and Mitch can start getting some more buildings up, and it's gonna be back to the drawing board for Double Forge Anders and see if they can still come away with the victory. I don't know, after not being able to kill the base at that point, I think most people would have given up. And as you saw, those Hawks just came in there, saw there was a shield, and they were like, well, that sucks, and they just flew away to go try and do something else. Not sure what they're going to be trying to do, but I guess we will find out. These guys have an epic plan for their last attack. Something I would have liked to see from them is a whole bunch of Hawks fly over to one of our bases, and then both Forges Pelican 2 full pops of Cyclops and Spartans over, or something like that. But these guys kind of just stuck to 1 unit composition, and that was frickin' Wolverines and Hawks. They were building the Grizzlies before, and then once they realized Grizzlies weren't doing anything... Oh wait, never mind, there's some more Grizzlies right there. So, definitely just Grizzlies and Wolverines and Hawks this game. Anders players, when you are super turtling against Anders, my god, they do love their hawks, don't they? But they are so deadly. Hawks against Covenant, I mean, it's a different story when you can have like 5 or 6 wolves parked somewhere and they can take the hawks down super quick. But it seems like the wolves and hawk combo is really deadly against Covenant, so this was a pretty crazy super turtle to be a part of. Definitely one that made me leave angrily. I didn't really have a lot of fun here. I was kind of angry the whole time. But hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. I mean, I would assume that that would be the more interesting super turtle to watch, is the one where things got a little bit close and a little bit epic. And
Beastmaster3 sent me another message.
sorry if I don't respond to Xbox messages, but I'm usually playing a game and can't really be bothered to look at it or type out a response. If you wanna, I do like them though. Like if I get a message that says, "Hey man, I love your videos, they're great," you know, that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So I like getting messages. I just probably won't say anything back to you because you gotta type it out with the Xbox controller. I don't have one of those keypad things, so typing out Xbox messages can get tedious. But I try to respond to tangible, readable YouTube messages if they are actually asking something that isn't stupid. But I don't know. I think this is it. Yeah, looks like the Green Forge has finally resigned, and the other two are going to follow suit closely after. Since yep, there he goes. Crazy Kid or Crazy Caboose, I don't know. I can't read the name from here. But finally, that turtle is over with, and man, let me just go and look at how many engineers I lost. Look at how many units in general I lost. Oh my muda. That was a pretty brutal super turtle there, but we did it. The Frozen Valley Brute Muda Triangle has done its business, and that's another super turtle down the drain. So I'm one step closer to getting my next general, I guess. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.